We're here. The last deload day of this week, of this first deload week. It's a bittersweet ending. I kind of don't want it to end. I actually thought about potentially extending it another week. However, I think I'm more inclined to just gradually increase my load rather than go hell for leather tomorrow because I'm free from shackles, so to speak. But I've really enjoyed it. It's made me want to be much more conscious, much more aware of how much load I'm placing on myself throughout the week, throughout the fortnight, throughout the month, and so on and so forth. And it's allowed me to really take some time and really think about like what it is I'm trying to achieve with regards to certain areas. I know from a hierarchical perspective what's most important to me right now when it comes to fitness, that being mobility and strength, which annoyingly are somewhat contradicting. I wouldn't have to put it, somewhat contradicting values or priorities to have. However, having so much time to think this last week, especially in the gym, I've somewhat come to the conclusion that in order to achieve that, I need to distribute my time slightly more wisely. It's that simple. Spend more time during the week with little load. And in the same breath, spend less time during the week with high load and mix it up with some explosive work because I want to get heavier. Whilst I'm not bulking from a bodybuilding perspective, I want to get heavier. I want to put on mass. And I want that mass to be supple, mobile, wherever it is that I put it on. And I don't want to lose my explosive ability. I don't want to get big and stiff. So I want to stay mobile, I want to get stronger, and I want to stay explosive. If you ask me, that's an easy 1 week split right there. You spend 2 days, 1 to 2 days on explosive movement, 2 to 3 days on strength, and 3 to 3 days on mobility. However, mobility is something you attack every day regardless. If you've just done a strength workout, then you're going to end off with some mobility movement stuff. Whether it's just a stretch off or something more complicated. And on the explosive days, the same thing. There's nothing better than stretching and doing mobility work when you're so warm. It just feels good. It just feels great. So I'm very grateful for this week's experience and the insight that it's given me and the mindfulness that it's somewhat instilled in me surrounding my training. And I'm quite excited to see what next week brings. Well, not even next week because Sunday's the end of the week. Anyway. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what this phase in my training brings. I'm going to choose to look at it from a 8-week perspective, 2 months, with the 8th week being an entirely deload week, like the one I've just enjoyed. At the beginning of the week, I would have told you that I would have used the word endured, but I actually enjoyed it. So the next 8 weeks shall be interesting, starting with next week and playing with the split that I wish to play with. If I'm completely honest, it will probably, especially for the first week, end up being only 1 explosive day and 3 strength with 3 mobility. That's a lot of mobility days though. I don't even like the idea of that. It'll probably be way less than that now that I think about it. I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do, because the whole point of this program is for me to be free and be liberated in my training and go in and do whatever it is that I please. And whilst I'm staying true to that, I will have in mind the fact that I want to achieve at least 1 day of mobility and at least 1 day of explosive movement throughout the week. That's it. That's the goal. Plain and simple. No complications. No pressure. Simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Now again, if you've made it this far in this one, I appreciate it. It's been a very training focused one. This is just me, in many ways, putting my thoughts out there for future me to assess and take notes of. So thank you for listening. Can't imagine it being extremely interesting. And I shall see you tomorrow. Enjoy the clips.